Welcome into another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast, presented by the homies at Evoca TV. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, and let's just say the gang is back together. Our guy, the superest producer in the history of super producing, Yahir Vazquez, super producer Yahya, is back. El Yasolina has returned.
I only respond to Il Yasolina. This is my alter ego, so nobody can know what I'm saying and who's behind the mask.
That is amazing.
Pay no attention to the Twitter tag below him. You have no idea who that is underneath the mask.
Look, the hype is real. Yaya's back from Mexico. You have the best time ever, bud?
Dude, I enjoyed it more than ever. Great time. Actually got this bad boy out there. Might just be screaming instead of I might just be screaming Rapids every time I get a chance.
Of course, joining us as always, the art director for All City Network, season ticket holder of the Colorado Rapids, and soy, gluten, dairy-free cookie connoisseur, downtown Duane Brown. What's up, bud?
Doing good, man. I'm still basking in the glow of Tuesday. So
the Winners Lounge hype is eternal, dude.
Yeah, it's. I'm still hyped on it, man. I'm feeling good about Saturday. I know we're not there yet, but
long ways away from that. We're going to get into Saturday's game. We're going to talk about the Minnesota match here on Saturday. We're going to talk transfer deadline. Obviously, the Guttierez move happened, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and how he fits and kind of some stuff we learned at practice today. Me and Yaya were out there. But first, we need the Winners Lounge rant. Yaya wasn't here. He was It was his travel day. He jumped in the comments for a second, but he didn't get to let it go. Yaya, Winners Lounge, man. Act like we just started a Winners Lounge. How are you feeling about it? Like, let it go. Let it rip.
If I let it go, man, that day was a full-on heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rest, get ready back for the next, get ready, trying to get mentally ready for the work week. I was just on vacation. I was out in Cancun. Then all of a sudden, man, just that whole game was a heart attack from beginning to end. But I couldn't stop screaming. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. The Rapids are fun. The Rapids are a likable team. They're a team that you want to follow. They're a team that you want to keep an eye on because there's so many likable players. Even Lawless, who had a bad game, you felt instead of being like, boo, Lawless, you were like, dang, I kind of feel bad for Lawless. This is not his usual performance. No. But at his absence, you get the young gun, Gus, stepping up and playing a great game. I think he was a great replacement for Lawless in that back four. And I said it once, don't stop playing the back five. The back five is not working for you.
Zach just nailed it in the comments there.
Exactly. See, there we go. The back five just doesn't work. You have so many.
It doesn't work. Retire it. Send it out to pasture.
The issue is that you just have so many dynamic players in the front that I feel like with the back five, you kind of lose the what makes your team dynamic, and in the midfield as well.
No, you're right, but the five back worked so well in the first 2 months of the season. It was unbeatable. It was like they found a cheat code.
But the thing
has any system with basically the same structure around it, same players within that system, ever gone from so good to so bad in a season? Have you ever seen that with the Rapids before, where it's this works great, why it just doesn't work now?
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen it with the Rapids, but I think it's pretty common in sports. In sports, just in general, if you play a system too long, people are going to start filling holes. And if you don't find something to counteract those holes, that's when you start getting beat. That's when you start getting burned. And I think that's just what happened. And I think there was, even though I think the vibes were good with the team, I think part of it was also they were getting a little tired of the system.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
So I think it has nothing to do with a bad system. I really don't. I just think you also need to play into your players' strengths. And when Trusted was here, the defense was your strength because you had 3 caliber starting.
Yeah, but he wasn't even playing well for the last what, 2 months he was here?
True, but like the reason that you keep playing that system is because you had a track record of it being. So like that track record helped Joseph. I saw his name on the comment.
I understand to the comments. I understand that there are moves and differences. I'm not saying it's exactly the same thing, but for the most part, in this system, like 3 months ago, the 5-back with 90% of the same players worked really well, and now it doesn't. That's my point. It's weird. It's weird how quick it went away. I think Trusty was mailing it in at the end, so it's not like he was the critical piece to making the 5-back work.
I think it was honestly just a lot of tired minds, and I think they fell into a rut in that system.
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of when you play a video game. You play FIFA for 3 months in a row.
Never gotten tired of FIFA.
No, but like eventually
31 you're years of life.
True. Like I'm the same way, but like some people do, like if you play it every single day, like it becomes a little mundane. Kind of like a work week, becomes mundane. And let's say one day you decide to take a different route and you see some pretty lights at night. Your night got a lot better, even though you're going to the exact same place. Sure. That's the way I look at it. I think just shakeups are good every now and then to come in and just be able to like change things up, feel that you're able to do different things. And I think that's exactly what happened. I just think a shakeup was needed for the sake of a shakeup. I don't think it was exactly the back five, but I also think it just didn't fit the player's mold as much as it used to.
We're 7.5 minutes in now, and Yahya hasn't talked about Yaya's first goal of the season.
Dude,
shocking.
I don't know how he didn't lead with that, but
with his first 2 goals, what are you talking about? That first goal was a beauty from the Young Guns. The Young Guns came in and they're like, we're taking over. Dude, the young kids, man, the future. There's going to be a pod in the near future because I have some ideas for this pod. But I swear, dude, Yahya has been on a roll for the last month. He's getting there. He's the man of the future. Bring in a temporary wing just so he can come in and take over. That's exactly what he needs. He just needs somebody to bridge the gap between Yahya and what we have right now. Because Yahya is the future, and Yaya's going to be our Sloanian. Yaya's going to be the savior of the squad for the next years to come, man.
Savior, dude.
He will bring another MLS Cup back to Colorado. Thanks to him, thanks to Jack Price, Keegan, and Rubio are going to be the core of this team going forward, including Prisco, which is so I'm just, dude, I don't know. I'm just spitting out shit now because I'm so hyped about Yahya.
No, I love it. That was the whole point of starting this pod off of letting you cook. We cleared out and you go for it.
I just love Yahya, man. Yahya is Yahya. Yahya deserves to be Yahya. He's the best Yahya alive. There's no other Yahya that compares to him.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
And I mean, I give him that.
Our Yahya's pretty tight. Now that we look back, so it's now Thursday, right? So we had a whole day to ride the wave, Duane. And I think when I look back at that game, Diego Rubio's game is even more impressive than we were giving credit for. Now that I've rewatched it and looked through it, probably should have had another goal and probably should have had another assist. So, I mean, are you as impressed as I am? I guess is what I'm asking when it comes to that Rubio game.
Well, I was telling you, he was my favorite play for just like little stuff. I mean, he just was out of control. That whole game was out of control. Like that whole match was chaos, which is what I've been wanting out of the squad the second half. And they embraced the chaos, and Rubio's just right there, like riding that chaos wave. It didn't matter if someone shoves him on his face. He's like passing the ball up his legs and up his back to himself while laying face first on the ground. Like, man, I mean, aside from the assists and the goal and the should have beens, dude, that was an ace game from Rubio. Like,
he's in his bag
all over the place. Like he is at form right now that it's just, this season has been amazing. But like, if Tuesday is the sign of him Sorry, we got some sirens going down there.
All three of us are all about 5
we're all
feet
in the
away
same
in
building,
different rooms.
Those sirens are people on the way to help everyone from being floored by watching Rubio on Tuesday. Like that's.
Well, I was gonna say taking him to the bandwagon, but I like that even better.
Yeah, but if Tuesday is, if that's where the next gear hit was on Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
Rubio swimming around in all of that chaos, just making it happen. Like Saturday is going to be bananas, like at home.
Yeah, you're right.
Again, don't want to jump into that yet. We're going to talk about Saturday in a bit, but a lot of things I think are going our way. Feeling very good about what's about to happen in a few days here.
Love that. Yeah, me and Yahya were out of practice today talking to some of the folks over with the Rapids, and word on the street is just that absolute lifter of spirits for the whole team, for the front office, for the coaching staff, for the operations staff, for everybody. This is like the vibes were truly high, like fully everyone is riding the wave of that win. Also heard that all the guys were shouting out Duane's graphics on the team bus on the drive back to the hotel. So that's pretty sick. Our guys are shouting out Duane. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, to talk about Cody's comment there for sure. I mean, it sucks that he didn't get that spot. Obviously a guy a strong striker who could land on either the U.S. or Mexico team. Me and Yahya aren't too mad about him making the team over Rubio. But that being said,
I was actually a little upset. You're right. Like he's a great. I'm not saying he's not deserving because Brandon Vazquez has been on a tear as well. But I thought Rubio, what he's done this year, as a playmaker and as a goal scorer, is uncomparable to maybe 80% of the MLS right now. And I thought it was a huge snub. And again, it goes back to it's because he's a Rapids player a little bit. He plays in a smaller market. He doesn't have the same exposure. If he was playing in LA, Miami, or even New York, he would have been a for sure all-star. They'd be talking about him going to Zaragoza. They'd be talking about him going to Getafe. They'd be talking about him taking a swing at a European top 5, top 10 European league. But they're not. Why? Because he's a Rapid. He's not a guy that you usually talk about. He's been like the Raul Rudias of the Rapids this year, and it's exactly what the Rapids need. I'm a huge fan of Rubio.
Yeah. He's sitting at 20 matches played, so he hasn't played in all of them, but he's at exactly half a goal a match, 10 goals, and a quarter assist a match. So
I thought he had 11. Isn't he up to 11 now?
No, he's at 10. His next one will tie it. This one got him into double digits. Okay. I mean, this is FBRF, from what I'm pretty sure, just without it anyways. But either way, I mean, this is, barring some, I'm not even going to say it. This is his best season he's had at the MLS level, and it isn't close. And, he definitely has a good chance to add to that this weekend. But I think going forward, you have to really like what he can do, because they added a Chilean, a guy he played with in Kansas City, he has 5 assists there, Mark, a guy he played with in Kansas City, and a guy he played with in the Chilean national team in Guttierez, who just came in on loan. He was at practice today. He was the guy on the thumbnail that I had up to start. He was about a third a goal a game, roughly, give or take, in his MLS time. Then hurt his knee, moved back to Chile, played a season down there. Now he's back. He'll be with the team through the end of the season. I'm not sure. I think Joseph can probably correct me in the comments here if I'm off, but Padraig always likes to add a buy-on to the end of that. I don't know if that's the case here. But it's a guy that could fit in with this group really well immediately, just from playing so much and being friends with Diego Rubio off the top. We were talking about that a little bit at practice. He seemed already to kind of be a piece, at least locker room wise.
Yeah, man. He's, how you're saying, he's really good friends with Rubio. Rubio, we heard that Rubio was like really excited, and that they immediately started catching up when Felipe got into the locker room. So he seems like a guy that already has MLS experience. He was everything I've heard from his whole team. I keep forgetting the name.
Católicas.
Católicas. There you go. Everything I've heard like from Católicas on Reddit and Twitter and everything, they're all really sad to see him go for the rest of the year. His nickname, it's also El Pibe, which I love. I do love the nickname El Pibe, which I think it's dope. He's not the Pibe, trust me. Carlos Valderrama has that, but the Pibe nickname is a dope nickname, regardless. But it looks like him and Rubio are gonna have great chemistry. I'd love to see Rubio play the 9 maybe in the second half and bring in Guttierez as a 10 and let them
a little interplay.
Have a little bit of connection a little bit. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Even give him a shot with Zardes. So I think he's gonna be a great addition. It is a loan only till the end of the year. But we don't know if there's an add-on clause. Joseph is saying it wasn't announced, but it is a weird loan just to the end of the year. So I'm sure they have something cooking for the winter transfer window.
Couple months. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like there is moves in place today. Obviously, haven't heard anything official. Bogert hasn't broken anything from the other team's side. So, I can't give a name out. I can't I can't say that this is a target or this is a target because honestly, there just hasn't been, there's smoke in terms of maybe they're adding something else. But for right now, it does seem like Guttierez is going to, and Priso, of course. Priso is also the main piece. People look at the few days and the day of transfer deadline, and if nothing happens, it's like nothing happened. But I think Priso is obviously a huge piece. For this season, at least, Guttierez can definitely factor in. They got 7 games this month, so he's going to need to rotate in and play pretty much immediately. But we'll see what happens. I mean, they have about, 6 hours, something like that? Is it?
Yeah, I think till 10:30 or something.
Yeah,
I think
they have
about 10:30, something like that.
6 or 7 hours. Padraig was at practice. I never see Padraig at practice. To me, that's like a sign of that's a sign of something happening, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's weird because he didn't have his phone in his hand. But, it's like, to me, it's like, that's like, I don't know. I think I might be reading into that too much. I don't know. I never see him in practice. So to see him walk out there with the coaches, usually Fraser drives from the locker room, drives down. Did you just block Joseph?
By accident, I was trying to show his comment. I'm sorry, Joseph. It wasn't on purpose. Joseph, don't be mad. It was completely accidental. I'm so sorry. I was trying to show it, and my mouth started freezing. I'm so sorry, God.
So usually Fraser drives over from the locker room over to the practice field. He has a really cool Tesla. It's really cool. But today he was walking over with his top assistant and talking the whole way to the practice field, and Padraig was up with the scouting department guys. So I don't know. It's just I've never seen it happen. Again, it could be absolutely nothing, or it could be everything. So get your hot transfer takes and hopes and dreams going, dude. Let's speculate wildly in the comments. Like, this is a safe space to just go crazy. I don't know. I mean, do you have anybody you're keeping your eye on? Either one of you?
I don't know if it's feasible or not, but there is rumors of Brian Rodriguez going out to America. He's a winger, something I'd like. I'm a big Brian Rodriguez fan, so that's a player that I'd keep an eye on. Besides that, there's not a lot. There's not any name out there that I'm specifically waiting for.
Okay, so I want to go through kind of the day so far. A lot of the moves out of the Eastern Conference, so we don't have to really focus on those, but LA has been working on shipping guys out, and none of those names have been Latif Blessing. And that's a bummer because, Duane, I know you were ready to bring blessings onto the timeline and get merch going and all that.
I was ready for some blessings.
We needed blessings, but it looks like they are going to be able to ship out Ismail Tajuri-Shradi and bring on Dennis Boanga. They're just loading up. LAFC's fully going for it, 100%.
Why wouldn't you? You're in LA. Look what just happened. Literally, they literally just got what's it called? The Galaxy literally just acquired Ricky Puig, which is one of the top young players in the Barcelona system for years. So,
hey, throw Judgmental Jim's hot transfer take up there.
Yeah, bringing in hot take. Don't block him.
Blocked.
I'm so sorry, Joseph. That was super accidental. I promise you, man.
Mark thinks Puig's gonna be bad. I think he's gonna be sick. Okay, Charlotte. They're bringing on from Benfica. They snagged Nuno Santos. He's a 23-year-old Portuguese player. Hasn't done a ton at the club level, but again, that's a good prospect. Charlotte, I think, is doing a really good job. Yep, Puig's official. Minnesota bringing in Jonathan Gonzalez. That was a Yaya target for the whole window. And Minnesota got him. I don't know if he'll – I mean, it sounds like they're finalizing it, so he probably will be in the squad on Saturday, especially with their top 3 players basically being out. Let's see. Matt Miazga to Cincinnati. I really liked what Cincinnati did. New England snagged Diop in goal from Miami. Let's see. It's just like, it's all of this news. Today was the busiest Bogart day. I mean, obviously it's deadline day, but like it was nonstop there for a while. Sebastian Leckett went to Dallas. I liked that move, although that was yesterday or the day before, but they were talking about it today. Can't think of any other big moves.
Did he do the
Richie Laryea went back to Toronto. That was a big one.
Just real quick, for John Brooks to come to the MLS is going to take a huge payday. He doesn't want to come to the U.S. and play. He wants to stay out in Europe. He's made that really clear.
I mean, he's German. I mean, he's American, but he was, he's a German kid.
For sure. So it's going to take a lot for him to come.
And I think San Jose has his discovery rights too. So it's like you're going to have to pay for those like you paid for Gutierrez's rights. And then negotiate, and that's like a whole thing.
And remember that they only paid 50K in GAM. I know there was some confusion out there. Right? So it's like, but there was just some confusion out there that it was 500K in GAM.
Oh no,
it's 50K. Not from anybody in the comments. I just saw a lot of people on Twitter.
Let's see. Charlotte again signed Nathan Byrne from Derby County. So I really like what they're doing. They're just bringing in talent, a young team. Bringing in talent. That's really the big moves from the day. If I missed anything in the comments there, throw them out.
Did you get Leggett to FC Dallas?
Leggett to Dallas is sick. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I think Gutierrez can be a sick move. I think that can be a move that's like, oh, damn. Because the more I talk to people about it, the more it makes a ton of sense. The more it seems like another pork special where he got in there and just like made a good deal like he does. The thing about Blessing, and I want to get into this because I kept hearing every time I brought up Blessing over at Dick's, it was, why would it be Blessing? He's not available. To the point where I was convinced that he was available and the target and on his way. They denied it every time so routinely that I was like, oh, it has to be him. But the more there's only so many spots on the roster that LAFC has to clear. And so far, they've gotten rid of 2 today, and neither are Blessing. So they might be able to just ride that out with just insane depth.
And also, just kind of what you said about like David thought that Blessing was talking about his that he missed his family, that he didn't want to be here anymore. I heard that too around like Twitter and other people that are connected. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing that's exactly what it was because he hasn't left LAFC. Yeah. So I'm figuring out that like maybe he just really just wants to, if he's gonna leave anywhere, it's gonna be.
Hey, Joseph's back. It's been 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, Joseph. I'm so just sorry, Joseph. It wasn't on purpose. I promise.
Oh my god, that's the funniest thing ever. But they did snag Gutierrez. Yeah, I asked probably the day we saw the first rumor from that reporter down in South America. And I asked again when they announced, and it was, I don't know. Which is fine, right? Like, if they don't want to leak it, they don't have to leak it. It's not, like, they're going to wait till it's official. That is the Rapids MO. Unfortunately, the other side tends to leak it before. But, we'll see. I hope to hear some news today. I wish Bogart would just drop a tweet right now while we're here, and we could talk about it live. That'd be so sick. But yeah, I got nothing else. I just wanted blessing. I don't think it's happening.
I try to make a lineup graphic, Mark. It's extremely difficult when you don't
No,
know the lineup.
he was saying that. Yeah. They
yeah,
are.
but he's also talking about like they're the same with the lineup, like that it's
Yep.
lineup graphic, that it's just them and they don't say if it's a 4 or a 5. I tried a couple of times. It's just so hard to do. It's very difficult to like guess.
I like those moves there that Zach's talking about. I don't know, man. I just like moves. Like maybe that's because I'm a huge NBA fan and I am I'm cursed by Woj and Shams always dropping stuff on the timeline and stuff. I just, I love that Twitter alert. I love the rush of, oh man, how's this guy going to fit? Oh man, how are we going to do this? To me, it's the best part of sports. It's so fun to speculate and get weird with it. And at the end of the day, it's never quite there, but that's fine. I'd rather have fun with it. Did the Sounders really hold talks with Suarez? Yeah. I didn't hear that.
So they held talks. Tom broke it that they did talk. He didn't break it, but he got it from Felipe Guttierez, another reporter, a South American reporter. He held talks. Suarez's contract just runs through the winter. So winter transfer window, there's a chance that we're talking about Suarez in the MLS again. So just keep an eye out for that. Suarez and Cavani might make their way to the MLS. Down,
yeah.
So there's a chance that in the next year or so you might see Suarez and Cavani out here in the MLS.
Cavani. I like it. Give me all the old washed up European stars. I love it. Love it.
Don't call Cavani washed. He will get mad.
Bro,
he will find his name.
Is washed. Find me, Cavani. You know where I'm at. Come on. Let's go. Washed. Okay, let's obviously we'll pay attention here to anything that comes down the line in terms of Rapids news, but we are going to move on and talk this weekend. We'll talk Minnesota, and we'll talk Houston too. We'll talk our little DNVR event. But first, we got to talk about the homies. They are the homiest of homies, Vaca TV. They are truly the best way, the absolute best way to get TV sports programming to your house right now. Doesn't get better. Yaya, obviously. How many times have you watched that game on your Vaca TV DVR, Yaya?
I'm actually the really, really good games like those, I actually just try to watch either one time, if at most 2 times, because I like the memories more than the actual game. The memories kind of keep me alive.
But so you torture yourself with the bad ones.
Life is nothing if you don't feel pain.
That's crazy.
Real quick though, Ibaka lets you stream games now too. They added that feature now. So now
it's amazing. So Ibaka is the GOAT of Colorado sports TV. They have altitude. Catch the last run of altitude. We saw Fleming and Cello out at the park today. Said what's up. They, it's good to see them. It's good, good to support them as they kind of ride out their tenure there. They also have AT&T Sportsnet. If you're a Rockies-man somehow, if you're still torturing yourself there, just kidding. Go Rocks. Shout out to Z and Patrick. NFL Network, if you're into that too. There's this league called the NFL. I don't know if you guys watch it. It's not as good as real football. You get more regional sports for less. It's the lowest price for sports in Colorado, all in crystal clear HD while using less bandwidth. Enjoy over 60 entertainment channels, including news, movies, and more. Avaca is only $25 a month, plus that $5 receiver fee. But right now, Colorado sports fans get $10 off per month for your first 3 months. To score this deal, go to evoca.tv/Colorado10. That's evoca.tv/Colorado10. Turn your home into the ultimate game viewing zone. You can even stream your teams from a phone, laptop, or tablet when you're on the go. You can also add on Sling to get ESPN and more. Get a discounted rate on bundling. No contracts, no catches. Evoca TV. Do it. Get it. Be like Yaya and get Evoca TV.
I love Evoca TV.
I know. They're the best. They're truly, truly the best. All right, let's talk this weekend, guys. They're home just off the biggest win. Maybe not the biggest one of the season. Maybe the most Is momentous the right word? I don't know. What's the word I'm getting? Because it definitely wasn't the best game. It was a terrible. They played. It was bad. It was slop fest. It was crazy. It was not very in control. I don't know what the best adjective for the game on Tuesday is, but
exciting win.
Yeah, spirit lifting,
emotional roller coaster win.
Yeah, and that's important. And can they ride that to a win this weekend? Right? Like, can they ride that wave? I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna check out the injury reports here really quick. But obviously, more than injury report, it's the suspension list is the big one. With let's see. I know Load is out. Why am I blanking on everybody else? Yeah, help me out here. No, Reynoso's out. Load is out, and
I'll look it up because I have no idea either, man. Honestly, I just came back from vacation.
I've said these three. Here's the thing: I've said these three like 5 times, and I keep forgetting.
I just came back and I'm completely lost still.
Either way, someone will throw it in there. Oh, Boxall. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jim. Reynoso's out too. Load is out. Yeah. So huge. Massive.
And then Reynoso's the one player that I'm completely scared of. Reynoso to me is holy shit, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's out. That being said, right? They might have that transfer in from Mexico, so he could start. I mean, who knows? I mean, you just throw someone in and make an instant impact, but especially at altitude. But you gotta like their chances, Duane. You have to. I mean, what are you looking at specifically here?
Totally love these chances.
You always do. You've never seen a chance you didn't love.
I do. Every chance is a chance I'm gonna just give a great big old hug to. So I'm feeling super good. 2 weeks ago, I called Tuesday and Saturday are both going to be wins for the Rapids, and I'm sticking to that. I think we've got a lot of good, chaotic as it is, momentum heading into Saturday, but we've also got luck on our side, which does not always happen given all of our injuries and things that have happened this season. But now we've got the other team minus some players, and not just players, but key playmakers for Minnesota. So I love all of these things. I just think if we shore up a little bit of the defensive miscues from the first half, as we do, and we play with the same ferocity that we did in the second half. Mm-hmm. Done deal, man. I'm going to be sitting there in 123 with my daughter, and we're going to be going bananas on Saturday. It's going to be awesome. And I'm looking for us to take an early lead, which we normally don't get. And we're not going to give up the lead. I will make that prediction also. We're going to
get the lead and
we're going to hold it.
Yarby shutout?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I don't really care. I'm going to say no. And here's why.
I don't really care.
I don't really care. Well, I don't. Like I said on Tuesday, as long as we have one more goal than the other team, I don't really give a crap.
Love that.
Stats mean nothing to me. I'm all about the W's and
vibes.
I don't care how chaotic it is. Get me the W, and I don't care if it's pretty, ugly, chaotic, beautiful. I love them all. I'll take all the dubs, and I'm going to say no because I would like to win. Here's why. Yeah. I would like to win without a clean sheet at home. So I'm okay with a goal being scored just so that we can prove we can do that too. But I don't think we give up the lead. It may be tied at some point, but I don't think we go down in this game.
If you look back, so since May 28th was the Nashville disaster at home, they've had 1, 2, 3, 4 home games since the end of May, and it's August now, so that kind of sucks. But they went loss, draw, win. Following that last win was the Galaxy game, and then a loss at Seattle. Big win on Tuesday. Now they come in, but here's my thing, and I brought this up before, but isn't this where we always are with this team? oh man, they had a big win. Oh, this team coming in is hurt. This is the perfect chance. Haven't we read this story 6 or 7 times this year? Yeah.
I think we have, but I think there's something different about this time.
I hope so.
Different is we're coming home with a road win. This is totally different.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
They got a couple of monkeys off the back. Like they got a couple. They have the road win off their back. They don't have to worry about that anymore. That is off. Then they took out the you can't win without a clean sheet. That's off their back as well. And I know you kept saying they need to score 3 goals at least. They scored 5. That's off their back. Yeah. I think they're just gonna put a lot
coming back from 2 goals. Haven't done that either.
Or coming back at all. Like if they lost, that's what I'm saying. Like I think they just have the monkey off their back, and they've kind of okay, we can play a little bit more loose now. We're not as tense. We can now relax and just play our game and not worry about the next game and just worry about this game, which I felt was the issue with them at a certain point. They were worrying about, instead of worrying about New York, they were worrying about Minnesota. Instead of worrying about Nashville, they were worrying about LAFC. Like it just always seemed like they were a game ahead. And I feel like that's why I'm disappointed. I feel like after today, you can kind of just take a deep breath and focus back on a game at a time. You just got to keep winning, and it's one game at a time constantly.
Yeah, I think that's fair. They do seem focused. The practice today was light, like light. It was tons of laughing, joking, messing around. I haven't seen it quite like that. I mean, the team always does tend to be in good spirits. I don't think I've seen this team really truly down. Even after that Seattle game at practice, they weren't crazy down. I don't know. I have really good feeling about this game. Cody's point there, the last time they had back-to-back wins this season was game 2 and 3. So that's not great. Game 2 was the last time they scored 3 before Tuesday. So perfect time, right? They just did 3 again. Now they'll win again, right? Is that kind of how it goes? Put those 2 together, repeat, rinse, repeat. Look, this is a crowded month. They just did game 1 of 7 this month, right? So starting that off with 6 points is huge. I think there's, oh God, how many 6-pointers are in there? Why did I close that tab? Look, it's 6-pointers after 6-pointers. I guess not. Yeah. So Minnesota this weekend, Vancouver next, 10 days from now, from then Houston at home, and then Nashville to end it. So that's a lot. That is huge chances there in terms of the vibes, in terms of staying consistently in the mix or falling all the way out. Yeah. End of August. After all those games we just said, that includes a trip to Philly in there. And includes another East Coast game. Where are we going to be?
7th place. I think they get into the playoff spot before the end of the month. I really believe it.
Where's the chat at? How are you guys feeling? Chat, are you guys on Yaya's level here? Let us know.
The thing is, I'm just so I'm such a firm believer in this team. I'm a believer that they figure things out. How you said, this team is full of dogs. This team is full of people that want to be here.
Exactly.
It's players that they care about the team. Juaners always says this. Rubio is about the badge. You know what I mean? Rubio's always looking at the badge, and he's like, I play for this badge. It's a part of me when I put it on. And I feel like, I don't want to say names, I don't want to say who, but after there's been a few moves and kind of the culture reset, I kind of feel that again. I feel like players are starting to kind of get back in a rhythm. I think Felipe Guttierez is just going to add another dynamic to his team. That's a good dynamic, but a locker room dynamic. Because Rubio's going to be happy. Rubio's going to have his buddy. And they're just going to mold a lot better. Happiness breeds good work. Try working in a shitty job and you're going to hate it and you're not going to produce. Try working in a good job that you love and you're happy and you're going to produce.
Yep.
That's the thing. And I think locker room is a very understated part of this. And that's why I think that this team is going to be in 7th place. Because I think they're going to hit a stride. I think they're going to look at each other and say, hey, you know what? Let's play for each other, not for ourselves. And it feels like that's what they're doing. It feels like they're getting each other a chance to keep going and fighting.
Look, if the team shows up that was in New Jersey last week or 2 days ago, whatever, that 6th seed that Yahya said is not crazy at all. Look at the chat agreeing with you, except for Mark. Everyone, they're all in 7th. Resident pessimist. Honestly, Mark sounds like me right now. I just look, I think there's a move, man. I really do. Everything I've heard, it sounds like at least one move is going to happen before the end of the day, Mark. So don't be too bummed out.
Also, it helps the Rapids that everybody ahead of them or near them keeps shitting the bed. We kept talking bad about the Rapids. Like, we kept saying, oh, the Rapids don't take advantage of the opportunities. Nobody around the Rapids was taking advantage of the opportunities. They all kept shitting the bed too. They're the ones that let the Rapids stick around. They all could have separated. They could have all gone on and taken a hold of that 7th seed, that 6th seed, and nobody did. So why couldn't it be the Rapids? Why isn't it going to be the Rapids? Everybody kept shitting the bed, and the Rapids seem to be the only ones that are not going to shit the bed anymore because they seem to be getting a little bit easier rhythm. If that makes sense. They seem to be understanding the situation they are in more than other teams from the outside looking in, at least.
I think that's accurate. I think that's fair. By the way, LA just got off the Tajuri Shradi contract, so it sounds like they're just going to keep loading up unfairly. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. They play the way you play, build it how you build it. I hope we hear something tomorrow, Joseph. Shout out to you, bud. That'd be sick. I don't know. Man, playoffs is. I'm with Dev, who was on before Yahya left, and Duane, where I think it's there's some tough games in that stretch, man. I don't care how good you're playing, right? Like, Columbus is playing really well. Vancouver's in the exact same spot. Houston is in the exact same spot. Philly is, in my opinion, probably the best team in the league right now. And then you go to Nashville. So, I mean, that's like, as much as I want to say 7th, I mean, there's those points are tough. I mean, Mark's right about the Philly game. That's like, the Philly that terrifies me. I don't even want to watch it.
The thing is, a lot of people are saying the same thing about the Red Bulls. I was going through people that just follow the Red Bulls, people that talk about the Red Bulls. They thought it was an easy 3 points against the Rapids. This team is scrappy, man. Even when they lose, they're scrappy.
That's a gauntlet. That's like a gauntlet.
Bring it all on, man. I think the Rapids can go toe to toe with anybody in this league. I really do.
I don't think that Philly is going to murder us. I think it will be closer than we think. And I will go with my 7-year-old daughter's Rapids wisdom she has already gained as a 7-year-old. We were leaving. I don't remember what match it was, but we were leaving and we lost. And maybe it was Nashville. I can't remember. But my daughter said, so the Rapids play bad against bad teams and the Rapids play really good against really good teams. Mm-hmm. And at the time I was like, yes, I think you figured it out already. And so that's why I don't think Philly is going to wreck us. I'm not predicting a win there, but I don't think it's going to be an embarrassment. I do think that we get 3 points. We got them on Tuesday. I think we get 3 points this Saturday, and I think we get 3 points from Vancouver.
Let's go.
That's a lot of points in 3 games, and that's what I think is going to happen. I think,
man, I hope they can
play Columbus is going to be the first one that I'm not feeling super confident about.
Cucho's so sick. We're on the Cucho bandwagon here at DNVR Rapids, I think.
Cucho's dope.
He's dope as hell. But one dope player does not make a team. I'm also a big Nagy guy.
Sardis revenge game.
Yo, I didn't even think about Zardes revenge game.
That would be awesome.
Look, I think we're going to beat the absolute piss out of Houston. I think they are mad they didn't get those points. That was the most bullshit goal to just get one there. They should have had a 1-0 win on the road in freaking March. I think it was March, maybe April. Had to be March. Yeah, because it was March Madness. I was gone in California. I couldn't bet on March Madness or the freaking Houston Rapids game. I was pissed. But yeah, they should have had 3 then. They didn't get it. I think they put at least 3 on them at home. They're not. I don't think they're that good. Vancouver on the road is interesting, man. That's like, to me, that's the test. That's like, as much as the Philly game would be nice to even get a point out of. That, I mean, Vancouver is quite literally the team that you have to. Right, like that, they're in the exact same position. They're gunning for that same last playoff spot. Right, like I'm not too worried about this Minnesota game. Famous last words. I'm not too worried about the Columbus game. Famous last words. Man, but you're right. We did just beat Red Bull on the road. I mean, that's Vancouver. Same thing. What's Zach say down there in comments? 16 goals, 8 assists into the season, MVP. Joseph says Rubio is on pace to break the club record of 16. So I'm going to go with him and say 17, just to give him the benefit, give him the record of his by himself and not tied with it. Is that Cummings? Is that Omar Cummings? Who has 16? Casey probably.
Was it him or Casey?
Yeah, I think it's Casey.
Man, that'd be dope to put Rubio's name up there with those guys. Either way. Good for him, man. I'm just so hyped about him.
I want 17, man. I want the record for him.
24. I'm just kidding.
50.
What if he just goes like on a rampage though? Casey, there you go.
It's Casey. Thank you, Joseph.
So my question is like, what would it take? Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. It wasn't.
What would it take for Rubio to like be considered an actual MVP candidate? Would that be it? 16 goals at least?
It would take a deep playoff run.
Well, is an MVP voted before the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it?
I just don't think the Rapids are. I don't think the Rapids have been good enough.
He's a Rapid. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to get a borderline 7th. Mark's comment says, what would it take? A transfer to LA.
That's a very legit point. Again, how I said, man, if Rubio's playing, if any of them,
he would have to win the boot. He'd have to get the boot, and he's 4 off the pace now. If I am not mistaken.
He can still go on a rampage. The way Rubio plays, I think, again, and I think he got absolutely snubbed. Like, I really do think.
Yeah, Drew's at 14. Vazquez at 13. Ibobise at 12. Ibobise? How do you say his name? From San Jose.
I have no idea.
Ibobise?
I refuse to be wrong anymore.
I have no problem being wrong. I have a podcast. I have to be okay being wrong. I'm wrong all the time. People have a short memory. That's the best part about that. I was wrong about my Keegan rocket for like 4 months, and then he got one on Tuesday, and I rubbed it in everybody's face about how right I was. That's awesome. That's the best part about it.
That's when like you put in like 20 bets. That's when you like put in 20 bets and the one hit, and you're like, told you I was right.
Told you. Okay, so I do want to Ibobise, Joseph.
That's what Joseph's saying.
Love it. Thank you, Joseph. He's been great. I mean, dude, Rubio, I guess he could catch Drewsy. Drewsy's terrifying. Could you imagine him? Okay, so last game of the season is in Austin. It's like Drewsy versus Rubio to get the boot. Oh man, I just got a little chills. He should have had a second one. On that on the Yahya goal that bounced off the goalie, which, like, by the way, man, that guy could not keep a ball on him. That keeper, it was rebound city all day. Yeah. Max should have had that corner that Warner scored on, and then that was off of him. The Yahya goal came off him. I don't know, that was really surprising. Couldn't be my keeper. Could not be RB.
It's also super insane, man. The Red Bull really put themselves in a shitty situation this weekend. They played the Open Cup.
They screwed themselves.
They played Barcelona, and then they Hey guys.
There he is. There he is. We're back. Sorry, everybody.
Woo! That was scary for a minute.
Yeah, there's Broncos going on upstairs. There's our show going on. I have my own down here in the merch office. You know, I have my own internet. But we're back. We're gonna wrap this up though. Big thing here that we want to hit. Number one, thanks for guys being in the comments on that. I mean, before 5 on a Thursday. It's so rad to have everybody here. Seriously, you guys are the best. Shout out everybody, the whole list: Mark, Zach, Cody, Joseph in there. Logan wasn't in there today. Usually is. Judgmental Jim. All the usual suspects.
Oh no, he was in there at the very beginning.
Our guy
Logan was there at the very beginning.
Yeah. So dope to see all of you in there. Seriously, thank you so much for hanging out with us all the time. Please, if you guys don't have tickets for Houston, I know probably everyone watches this show is a season ticket holder. If you don't, go to DNVR Locker and join us for the DNVR takeover. That gets you the C38 tailgate pass. It also gets you a ticket with us over in 120-ish, the corner between C38 and the boxes.
Yeah, that's where we're, I think.
Is we don't have the exact spot for tickets, but it'll be right in there. Be really good seats. It's going to be DNVR folks. I got a whole group coming. Yahya will be there. Duane will be there. It's going to be super fun. Please come hang out with us if you don't have tickets already. I know a bunch of you do, so obviously no worries there. Hang out with us at the tailgate. Seriously, so get your scarves now. Order your scarves. We're going to it's going to be a freaking blast. Get that. I'll ship it out. I have a box of them. I can see the box right here, so order them. We know our guy B-Ray just got his. Shout out B-Ray. And then Yaya's wearing his right there. So just I mean, we really do hope to see you there. Go to the locker, get your stuff, go to DNVR Sports, like, subscribe on YouTube, all that. Yaya, you got anything to plug real quick?
Just follow us on Twitter. Join us for the takeover. There's gonna be fireworks that day. So
there's fireworks. It's a fireworks show.
Also, I know Duane wanted to plug something. He wanted to. He can't get in right now, unfortunately. But I know he wanted to. I think the Rapids are having a gear drive, like sports gear. So if you can help out with that, look it up. I know they're doing something like that. Also, the Special Olympic, the unified team that the Rapids have.
That's after the Columbus game.
Against Columbus, right?
Yeah, after the Columbus game.
Yeah, so also support them.
We will be supporting them.
Be sure to support. Yeah, and
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and also just support all the Rapids, from like the Rapids to Rapids 2, the U teams, everybody. Like, if you can make it out to a game, they're all really fun games, and you're watching. Who knows? You might be watching the future of European soccer, the future of the MLS on one of those games. So
yeah, absolutely, I agree with him.
Yeah, we're just wrapping up real quick. We were able to log on real quick.
All right, Duane, give a quick. There he is, my guy.
Plugs? Oh, yeah. Here's the plugs. I can't hear anything, so I'm just going to talk. Bring your new and or gently used cleats and soccer balls to Dick's Sporting Goods Park this Saturday. Drop them off at Gate F either before the match or during the match. They are doing a drive for Jamaican soccer youth leagues. We know that's where Wolde and Fraser are both from, and so they're doing a soccer equipment drive for the kids. Do it for the kids. Through the kids. For the kids. There you go. Just made it up. Hashtag that crap.
Like and subscribe, like I said. Get your DNVR Sports subscription. Get behind that paywall. Get in the Discord. Do all that fun stuff. But more important than all of that, we do it every week. Drop it in the chat, baby, before we're out of here. The most important thing, more important than all of it, up the pits.